we go. You want a sad story? This guy has been dating this girl for a couple of years now. I won't mention his name, but his name's Warren. and old Warren, you've met Warren, haven't you?
Warren.
He come over here to the house a few times, and I won't mention his last name.
Okay.
Poor old Warren goes to Cuba. He might be out here listening tonight. Poor guy. And I'm not trying to laugh at his situation because it's a horrible situation. But hopefully everyone knows like 100 Warrens and they don't know which one I'm talking about. But he goes to Cuba with his girlfriend, who's apparently from Cuba. She apparently just recently turned 18 years old, or 19, or however old she just turned. And he gets engaged to her while he's in Cuba. And she says yes. And I think she was just turning 18 years old. He was waiting for her to turn 18 before he got engaged to her. And he comes back to America. And then 10 days later, she comes back. It's her birthday. He buys her some gifts, goes over to her house to give her said gifts and to talk about their engagement and all. And he had mentioned that he wanted to get married after he went to med school. So he's got some goals on him. He's a smart kid. And I want you to know that she had time to think about what he had offered her. And she changed her mind. She packed his bags. And as I packed his bag, did you live with her? Because I knew he didn't. And said, no, he had sweatshirts and shirts and T-shirts and everything that he had over there. But she packed up everything he owned, had it in a suitcase, and told him she never wanted to see him again. He told me he's over it. I don't know if I'd get over it very quick if I'd have went to Cuba with a girl, got engaged to her, came back, and then 10 days later, she packed my shit and told me she never wanted to see or hear from me again. So I just wanted to end the show on a sad note. Sorry, Warren, but that was a sad story, man. God damn.
Quick question. What's the if you had to pick between one show, Raw or SmackDown, which would it be?
SmackDown, just so I can see Shinsuke and Asuka.
All right.
Also, what is the girl's name? She wrestled last night. What is the girl's name with the blue tongue?
Oh gosh, I just went blank. I know her.
I heard the name last night.
Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan, is that her name?
Yeah, I think that's her name.
All right, I got a question. I want the fans to smarten me up because I don't know. Was Liv Morgan's previous job a professional Smurf blower before she got into Raw? I want somebody to explain the blue tongue to me. The only logical explanation is that she was a professional Smurf blower. And I don't know if she blew them all. How many Smurfs were there? Was there a number?
There was only one Smurfette, and all the rest of them were Smurfs. So,
well, I don't guess she blew the. I mean, she could have had oral with the Smurfette. I don't know. It's possible, but I'm wondering if she blew all the other Smurfs and acquired that blue tongue that way, and it just won't heal. It just won't go back to its natural color. Because I've never really seen a girl with a blue tongue before. And the only way I know you can get a blue tongue, because you told me, by blowing.
Who told you?
You told me.
I don't know anything about blowing.
You go over here one week with a blue tongue. I said, how'd you get a blue tongue? You said, I blew a Smurf.
Oh, I didn't.
What you told me?
I didn't know.
On that cross and act like you've never blown a Smurf.
Never blown a Smurf. Never blown anything.
So what you're saying is, you've never blown a Smurf. Is that what you're telling me?
No, never blown a thing.
Blown a Smurf, Mr. Bolin. And then all of a sudden you throw it. Well, I've never blown anything.
I want to make sure I get that across.
How about a career and opportunity? How about that?
Well,
maybe you blew that.
So what do you say? What do you think is the most underrated faction in wrestling? Somebody says
underrated?
Most underrated. They gave their opinion of what theirs is. Theirs is the Dangerous Alliance.
Well, they're very underrated because I don't know who they are. Who's the Dangerous Alliance?
That was Paul Heyman's thing in WCW with Steve Austin. What's his? Oh gosh, who else was in that? I'm drawing a blank right now.
I won't say they're that underrated because I don't know who the hell they were. I didn't know Heyman had a group called the Dangerous Alliance. Man. And how can you be underrated if no one knows who you are?
What Rick? I think Rick Rude. Yeah, Rick Rude.
I mean, there's people there that went on to become
Hold
bigger.
on. Somebody said Rick Rude. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's people there that went on to become bigger stars, such as Rude, such as well, all three of them actually. I don't think any of the three of them were really all that well known back then. Rude might have been.
How am I blank on that? Okay, here we go. It's Austin, Anderson, Rude, and Eaton. Okay.
Eaton was in it too. Bobby Eaton?
Yeah, Bobby Eaton. Yeah.
Oh wow,
Beautiful
no,
Bobby.
I did not know that.
I cannot believe how I went blank on that.
Well, they all three had better days, or all four of them. Five gotten Heenan, or not Heenan, but Heyman.
Sabisco might have been. Yeah, Sabisco.
Oh God, I was not a Sabisco fan at all.
Yeah.
Just didn't get his shit. Just wasn't into it at all. Didn't buy him as a wrestler. Didn't buy his promos. Just was not a fan. I mean, there might be some people. I think, as a matter of fact, I think a lot of people liked him. I just wasn't one of them.
So Carlos thinks that the Hurricanes are better than the Louisville Cardinals. Now, I know you like the Hurricanes.
Well, I'm a Hurricane fan, and
so
I did not root for the Hurricanes the last 2 or 3 times the Cardinals have played them for one reason. The Hurricanes have 5 national titles, and the Cardinals don't. So I was rooting for us to maybe latch onto one of those, but I think our best chances for that national title was why Jackson was here. And I think if we'd have beat Clemson that year, that we had the guy step out of bounds a yard shy of a first down, we would have beaten Clemson and would have probably been ranked 1 or 2 that week. And because I think they were 3 and we were 2. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And we played them at home. And if we'd have beat them, we may have been number 1 that week. And I think I'd hurt our confidence a little bit. And we've really gotten our ass handed to us in a couple of bowl games. The SEC is just eating us alive, which I fucking hate. I can't stand it when the SEC beats us. And but no, I'm a big Hurricane fan, but we really shut it down last year. We was number 1 in the nation and kicking everyone's ass, and then we lose our last 3 fucking ball games. So I hope we're better this year. I think the opening game of the year this year is LSU Miami at Texas Stadium. I think that's the kickoff classic. I think that's what a guy in Louisiana told me, that it's going to be at Dallas Stadium.
What's that? What is it again? The what now?
The kickoff classic opens with Miami against LSU.
Oh, okay. For a minute, I thought you meant the
Louisville opens against fucking Alabama
in Orlando.
In Orlando. Thank God it's in Orlando. I mean,
I'll be at All In during that day. So,
oh Jesus Christ!
I will be. I won't be watching the game.
Watch a bunch of phony fucking wrestling instead of seeing a phony fucking football game, where we're probably going to get beat.
I didn't plan. It was announced after All In was announced. So
why do you spend so much money going to these things?
I didn't. It's not spending. That was a cheap event.
You got to get there. You got to drive there.
I got family there. It's in Chicago.
I got family in the Philippines, but I don't go.
Well, that's expensive. Chicago's not.
Have you seen gas prices lately?
Actually, it was cheap. When I went to Chicago 2 weeks ago for Money in the Bank, it was cheaper gas there than here in Louisville. Believe it or not.
That never happened. I think you're lying to me again.
It was 30 cents cheaper. I swear
I picked up some. I know when you're lying to me. It's when them lips are moving. Pretty damn good indicator.
Come on.
Pretty good indicator. But at least your tongue ain't blue anymore. That's an improvement. All right.